Archduke Franz Ferdinand was the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne. This meant he was next in line to become the emperor of a huge empire in Central Europe. Franz Ferdinand was known for his strong opinions and ideas on how to rule the empire. Many saw him as a symbol of the future, but also as a man who could shake up the old ways. He was not always popular with everyone at the royal court. Some thought he was too strict and serious. Still, his position made him very important, not just in Austria-Hungary, but across Europe. Countries watched him closely because any change in the empire could affect them all. Franz Ferdinand had a family that he loved deeply, especially his wife Sophie. They often traveled together, even though many royals in Vienna disapproved. Despite their critics, Franz Ferdinand and Sophie made a strong couple. In 1914, Franz Ferdinand decided to visit Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia. This visit would turn out to be far more dangerous than he or anyone else expected. Bosnia was a troubled land in 1914. Only a few years before, Austria-Hungary had taken control of Bosnia, adding it to its empire. Many people in Bosnia were not happy about this. Some were Serbs who dreamed of joining their homeland, Serbia. Others wanted complete independence. Tensions ran high in the streets of Sarajevo. Austria-Hungary ruled many different groups of people. Each group wanted their voices heard, but the empire's leaders often ignored their wishes. This made some groups angry and ready to rebel. Secret societies formed, plotting ways to push Austria-Hungary out of Bosnia. Franz Ferdinand's visit to Sarajevo was meant to show authority. It was also a chance for him to watch military exercises. Local leaders hoped the visit could help calm tensions, but many feared it would do the opposite. The Archduke became a target for those who wanted change. As the day of the visit approached, the city buzzed with both excitement and fear. Few sensed that something truly historic was about to happen. On June 28, 1914, Franz Ferdinand and Sophie arrived in Sarajevo. They traveled in an open car so crowds could see them. The route was published in newspapers, meaning everyone knew where they would be. Security was present, but not as tight as it should have been. In the crowd were several young men from a secret group called the Black Hand. They believed violence was the only way to free Bosnia from Austria-Hungary. Their plan to kill the Archduke as he made his way through the city. Each man was armed and ready. The city streets were lined with people. Some cheered, but others watched with hatred. The assassins hid among them, holding bombs and guns. They were nervous and afraid, but determined to act. As the motorcade moved through Sarajevo, the tension grew. Both the Archduke and his wife had no idea just how much danger they were in. The first attempt on Franz Ferdinand's life came quickly. One of the conspirators, named Nedeljko Kabrinović, threw a hand grenade at the Archduke's car. He aimed carefully, but at just the last moment, the driver saw something flying toward them and sped up. The bomb bounced off the back of the car and exploded behind them. Instead of hitting the Archduke, it injured people in the next car. Shrapnel wounded several officers and some bystanders. Kabrinović tried to escape by swallowing poison and jumping into the river, but the poison only made him sick, and he was soon caught by police. The Archduke and Sophie were shaken but unharmed. They continued their journey, determined not to show fear. Many in the motorcade insisted they cancel the rest of the visit, but Franz Ferdinand refused. He wanted to go on with his plans and visit the wounded at the hospital. The failed bomb attack did not stop the day's events. Instead, it made the situation even more tense and dangerous. After the bombing, plans changed. The Archduke's driver was told to take a new route to avoid crowded streets. But, in the confusion, the driver took a wrong turn and ended up on a street called Franz Joseph Street. The car stopped to reverse, right in front of a small cafe. By pure chance, one of the assassins, Gavrilo Princip, was standing nearby. He had failed to act earlier and thought his chance was gone. But suddenly, the Archduke's car stopped only a few feet away from him. It was an incredible twist of fate. Princip saw his opportunity and stepped forward. He pulled out his pistol and fired 2 shots into the car. The first bullet hit Franz Ferdinand and the second hit Sophie. The sound of gunfire echoed through the street. In a matter of seconds, the course of history was changed forever. The shots fired by Gavrilo Princip were deadly. Franz Ferdinand was hit in the neck and Sophie was struck in the stomach. Both began to bleed badly. The Archduke cried out, "Sophie, Sophie, don't die. Stay alive for our children." Sophie died within minutes. Franz Ferdinand followed soon after, still holding his wife's hand. Crowds gathered, shocked and horrified. Police rushed to arrest Princip, who did not resist. He was quickly surrounded and taken away before the angry crowd could get to him. The news spread rapidly through Sarajevo and soon across Europe. The assassination stunned the empire. Austria-Hungary had lost its heir and the emperor, Franz Joseph, was heartbroken. The royal family and the public mourned the couple. Austria-Hungary's leaders felt humiliated and angry. The deaths of Franz Ferdinand and Sophie would soon have consequences that no one could have imagined. The news of the assassination shocked the world. In Vienna, the capital of Austria-Hungary, people mourned the loss of their future emperor. Many called for justice and revenge. The whole country was in shock, unable to believe what had happened in Sarajevo. Austria-Hungary's leaders quickly blamed Serbia for the attack. They believed the assassins were helped by the Serbian government. Though Serbia denied this, Austria-Hungary wanted to punish them. They began to plan a strong response, hoping to show their power. At the same time, many people in Bosnia and Serbia celebrated the attack. To them, Franz Ferdinand was an enemy. This only made Austria-Hungary angrier, and they prepared a list of demands to send to Serbia. The tension between the two countries grew, with both sides feeling threatened. The assassination had created a crisis that was about to explode. Austria-Hungary sent Serbia an ultimatum, a list of demands that was almost impossible to accept. Serbia agreed to most of them, but not all. Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia on July 28, 1914, exactly 1 month after the assassination. But Europe was full of alliances. Russia was Serbia's friend and promised to protect it. When Austria-Hungary attacked Serbia, Russia started to prepare its army. Germany, Austria-Hungary's ally, saw this as a threat and declared war on Russia. France was Russia's ally and joined the fight against Germany. Germany invaded Belgium, and Britain, which promised to protect Belgium, declared war on Germany. One by one, the world's most powerful countries were pulled into the conflict. What started as a local problem in Sarajevo now became the First World War. Millions of soldiers from all over the world would soon fight in the trenches. The chain reaction was unstoppable. It all began with 2 shots on a street in Sarajevo. The assassination of Franz Ferdinand shows how one moment can change everything. A single event caused by anger and political tension set off a chain of decisions that led to war. It reminds us that history can turn in an instant, even when no one expects it. World War I lasted 4 years and caused massive loss of life. Empires fell, new countries were born, and the world was never the same again. All of this happened because of the events on June 28, 1914. It is a powerful lesson about the dangers of hatred, misunderstanding, and rash decisions. Looking back, many historians agree that the assassination could have been avoided. If just one thing had gone differently, perhaps the world would have been spared a terrible war. But history is full of moments like this, where a small spark starts a huge fire. It is important to remember these lessons. One shot in Sarajevo changed the world, reminding us that every action, no matter how small, can have a lasting impact.